In just 2 seasons, the New Orleans Pelicans' Jose Alvarado is on his way to becoming a somewhat unexpected NBA star. He's managed to turn an annoyance into an art form and excels at getting under his opponent's skin. From going undrafted in 2021 to becoming one of the most notable players on a star-studded Pelicans roster, there's much you still don't know about this 6-foot point guard. For instance, I'm sure you remember the
"Can he shoot? Yes, I can shoot"
incident with D'Angelo Russell that made him go viral a couple of seasons ago. But do you know how he got his nickname, Jose Grand Theft Alvarado? Or why the point god, Chris Paul, hates him so much? Or in general, why he seems to irritate many of today's NBA players? Stay tuned as we dive into these questions. But first, let's take a quick walk down memory lane. Jose Alvarado Martinez was born to a family of Puerto Rican descent in New York City on April 12, 1998. Young Jose wasn't really into basketball as a kid. He was more into football but was forced to quit after a neck injury in his early high school days. However, Alvarado never distanced himself from sports and shifted his focus to basketball. Despite being considered too short for the game, he was actually quite good at it, thanks to his immense work ethic and athleticism. One of Jose's first basketball coaches used to say that he played with so much heart, he didn't need to be tall. Alvarado worked hard to perfect his skills and became the best player on his high school team, winning both the Catholic High School Athletic Association Player of the Year and the Times-Ledger Player of the Year awards. With his high school success, Jose caught the nation's attention and was ranked as a 4-star recruit by ESPN 100. Alvarado was offered a scholarship to play college basketball at Georgia Tech. He was thrilled at the opportunity to continue his education and play the game he loved at the next level. At Georgia Tech, he quickly made a name for himself as a talented and hard-working point guard. In his senior year, he led the Yellow Jackets to their first ACC championship since 1993. He was also the team's second-best scorer and won the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. And just to remind you, this guy is barely 6 foot tall. After his senior year, Jose decided to enter the 2021 NBA draft. He knew it was a risky move, but he felt ready to take on the challenge of competing at the highest level. He worked hard to prepare for the draft, spending several hours on the court and in the gym every day. But on draft day, somewhat surprisingly, he went undrafted. Some would say it was due to a lack of willingness by the NBA teams to take a chance on a 6-foot unorthodox point guard. However, on August 19th, he signed a 2-way contract with the New Orleans Pelicans, splitting his time between the Pelicans and their G League affiliate, the Birmingham Squadron. Jose worked relentlessly to earn a spot on the Pelicans roster and quickly became a fan favorite with his energetic play and strong defensive skills. On March 28, 2022, Alvarado's 2-way deal was converted into a standard 4-year, $6.5 million contract. Jose expressed his feelings about the signing. "It's amazing. It's another dream come true. It was just a shock. Signing the papers, smiling, and seeing my mom, dad, and my daughter. Everyone was just so excited." Jose went on to be a key rotation player for the team and helped lead them to the playoffs in his rookie season. The following 2022-23 NBA season saw Alvarado's overall game mature, as did his understanding of how to blend in with the Pelicans' other offensive weapons. His unique skill set as a slashing, pass-first point guard made him a great fit alongside big-time scorers like Zion and Brandon Ingram. Jose's style of consistently penetrating defenses to provide easy buckets for his teammates proved to be an essential part of their success. When Alvarado enters the game, it seems as if the entire dynamic of the game shifts. He has a way of motivating everyone on the court to play faster, while also raising his teammates' energy on both sides of the ball. But Alvarado's impact goes far beyond just that. Stats indicate that he's been an essential piece in both efficiency and scoring for the Pelicans when playing. When both Jose and starting point guard CJ McCollum team up on the court, the Pelicans outscore their opponents by an impressive 20 points per 100 possessions. The margin becomes even more dominant at 29 points per 100 possessions when Alvarado pairs with Ingram. On the whole, the Pelicans' performance improves by 11 points per 100 possessions with Alvarado in action. In a December game against the Denver Nuggets, Jose set a career high, scoring 38 points and leading the Pelicans to a 121-106 win. His upward trajectory continued when during the 2023 All-Star Weekend, he clinched the Rising Stars Challenge MVP title with a game-winning shot. However, just a couple of weeks later, the Pelicans revealed that Alvarado had sustained a stress reaction in his right tibia, which eventually ruled him out for the remainder of the season. Jose finished his sophomore year averaging 9 points and 3 assists in 21 minutes per game. The injury also ruled him out of the 2023 FIBA World Cup. Although eager to represent Puerto Rico and face teammate Brandon Ingram from the US team, the Pelicans opted for his exclusion due to the tibia injury. This decision was precautionary, prioritizing Alvarado's health for the upcoming NBA season. But let's not get completely off track from the reason I made this video. Remember the Jose Grand Theft Alvarado nickname you heard at the beginning of this video? Let's take a closer look at how he got this name. Jose has a knack for getting into his opponents' heads. Just take a look at how he riled up Houston's Kevin Porter Jr. using impeccable stealing abilities. He's managed to make almost every NBA guard feel uneasy. This maneuver isn't just effective, it's become a trademark of Jose's play on the court. Just take a look. Alvarado hides in the corner of the baseline, making himself as small and invisible as possible. Then he sneaks along and waits for the perfect opportunity to strike from behind and steal the ball. Jose does this to everyone, even to Chris Paul, one of the best point guards in NBA history. Speaking of Chris Paul, his intense rivalry with Jose traces back to the aforementioned 2022 playoffs. The electric atmosphere and high stakes of the first-round playoff series ignited this fierce competition. The then-rookie Alvarado became one of the Pelicans' surprises that season. And when it came time for the playoffs, Jose had the chance to put his tenacity to good use when he faced Chris Paul. He swiftly zeroed in on the 12-time All-Star. Jose hounded him like a dog, tormenting CP at every opportunity. He successfully executed his Grand Theft maneuver in Game 4, marking the first of his 3 steals against Paul in the 6-game series. I got him. That's one thing I wanted to do. I actually had him on my list, Jose said after the game. Jose's relentless backcourt pressure resulted in a few 8-second violations against Paul as well. I ain't running from any smoke. It's nothing personal. I'll stand my ground, pick up full court, and make the game difficult for him. In the post-game presser, CP3 shrugged off Alvarado's antics, even purposely mispronouncing Jose's last name.
Alvarado.
But this former Sun star's on-court behavior revealed his growing frustration. Initially, Paul reacted to Jose with visible frustration, swiping his arm dismissively as if to ward off an annoying insect when the rookie made his sly moves. By Game 5, Alvarado's antics had brought out a more aggressive side in CP. In response, the guard took a low shot, kicking Alvarado directly in the groin. While the NBA handed Paul a flagrant foul for his actions, it didn't deter him. In Game 6, he swung back an elbow during a layup attempt, striking Alvarado in the chin and chipping his tooth. He's a Hall of Famer, I respect that, but you can't do stuff like that, Alvarado later responded. All of this added an interesting layer to the back-to-back matchup last December between the Pelicans and Suns. In the first game, CP3 lashed out at Alvarado's neck with his elbow, and moments after the Suns targeted Zion for his provocative slam dunk seconds before the end of regulation, clinching a 128-117 win for the Pelicans. Jose, however, had to play through a rib injury that Chris Paul intentionally targeted during a layup attempt in the second half. After the game, he said he didn't want to miss the matchup, especially considering whom he would be facing. And in a noticeable tone change from the beginning of the feud, he didn't even refer to Chris Paul by name.
But if that person plays, I'm playing.
But unfortunately for Jose, Devin Booker showed up big time in the second game, scoring 58 points and securing the Suns a 118-114 victory. While Chris Paul and Jose Alvarado didn't clash this time, we will surely be paying attention to their next meetup.